Hey, how's it going guys? Desri here, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you about 7 things that you can personally do in order for you to get into massive action mode. Now I'm pretty sure that you've probably heard about taking massive action, but what does that really mean? What kind of massive action activities should you focus on? You probably tried, making a list of your family and friends. You probably tried giving cards or posting flyers at a mall, and you probably tried taking massive action by doing meetings all the time. But the question should really be, what specific action steps is the most effective when it comes to building your business? So tip number 1 is to not give into your fear. Ask yourself this question: what's actually holding you back from getting results? Most of the time, the answer to that question is some form of fear. It's either fear of what other people think of you. It's you could be over-analyzing things and getting stuck in training mode, which is something that I personally struggled with. But when it comes to your business, that fear is holding you back from getting actual results. You can spend all of your time training, you can spend all of your time going over things that might benefit you in the long term, but it might not be the best activity for you to do in this moment. So just remember this, that knowledge is great, but applied knowledge is even more powerful. So tip number 2 is to stop accepting your own excuses. Personally, I've struggled with this too. If you work at a full-time job, you can relate to this, because you'll come home, you'll only have a few hours to work on your business, but you'll also want to spend time with your family and you'll want to have dinner with them. So where do you actually fit in business building activities? Usually you'd have to schedule it in and then just tell your family that, from 9 to 12, please give me this time in order for me to work on my business, because this is something that I'm doing for all of us. It's not something that I'm doing because I don't want to spend time with you, but it's so I can be able to spend more time with you guys in the future. So if you find yourself watching TV all the time, ask yourself this question: is this hour that I'm spending watching Game of Thrones really beneficial to me building my business and building the lifestyle that I want to create for my family? And if the answer is most likely no, then what are you doing with that hour? So remember that you don't have time for your own excuses. So if you're tired, if you're afraid to call your leads, if you generated 2 or 3 leads and then you put off calling them, what's the reason behind that? Is it because you think to yourself, oh, it's dinner time, so maybe they're probably not available, maybe then I shouldn't probably call them? Those are excuses in your mind that you psych yourself out, and it's not something that you should listen to. Just remember that if you want the results, then you're gonna have to take action. It doesn't matter what that action is, as long as it's moving you forward in your business. So tip number 3 is to be very aware of what you are good at. Personally, I'm a millennial, so I'm a bit of a techie. I enjoy doing videos like this. I enjoy creating blog posts and being able to use search engine optimization strategies in order for me to get my content ranked. But at the end of the day, how is that going to help me build my business? At the end of the day, I know I need to be networking. I need to be able to build relationships with people. So my primary strategies when it comes to marketing is networking on Facebook, blogging, and videos. That's just my personal strength, and that's something that I personally love to do, and it's something that I believe that I'm good at, and it's what I'm gonna get better at if I put more effort into it. So tip number 4 is to get good at multitasking. Sometimes you can find extra couple minutes during your day, either when you're folding laundry or you're probably cooking. Have something in the background that's feeding your mind. If you're doing something that's not taking a lot of brain power, then use that time in order for you to get your mindset right. Listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook, listen to something that'll help benefit you in order for you to build your business. So find those spaces throughout your day when you can multitask. I'm not saying do something that takes up a lot of brain power from two fronts. I'm saying that if you're finding yourself doing something mundane, then make sure that you feed your mind through an audio or training or something to help better yourself in order for you to build your business. So tip number 5 is to not get stuck in training mode. I know personally was stuck in training mode for years. I was always consuming every course. I bought every book that I could. I bought tons of audio, lots of trainings from different marketers, and at the end of the time that I spent buying those trainings, I never implemented anything. So needless to say, I didn't have any results in my business. But I don't want that to happen to you. So if you ever find yourself just stuck in a repetitive motion of training, make sure that you learn what you were trained on by creating content and sharing that with others. Because when you do that, it'll become more inherent in your mind when it comes to that training. Create some kind of form of content once you go through a fabulous webinar. If you spend an hour on a webinar learning a new strategy, share that with people. That's something that you can use for your marketing. It's content. It's providing value to your audience. It's something that they would gladly listen to. They'd gladly look over because you were the person that shared with them your notes. Think about how powerful that can be when you start teaching others what you've learned, because that in turn lets you absorb the material, and because you can teach it, you retain it a lot more. So tip number 6 is to don't wait until things are perfect. If you have time to do 5 videos, and they're only, I would say, 80% up to your standards, post them. Don't focus that 3 hours or however long you have to make videos until one video and only be able to leverage that one video. Which is better, having 5 videos of 80% in your mind done, or the one video that you believe would be 100%. So it's a no-brainer. The 5 videos would definitely take over that one perfect video, because you're able to touch your audience in 5 different times rather than the one video that you create that you believe is perfect. So remember, don't wait until things are perfect. Just take action and just do it. Tip number 7 is to hold yourself accountable. When you start doing this, it's actually very empowering, because when you take full 100% responsibility for your results and your lack of results, you're going to realize that you have complete control over your life. It's something that's very empowering. It's something that you want to be able to get more of. Once you stop listening to your own excuses, hold yourself accountable. If you say you're gonna do something at a certain time, do it. If you say you're gonna call someone at a certain time, if you set up an appointment, do it. There's no excuses. Don't make up any excuses in your mind that holds you back from being able to take that specific action, which in turn will build your business in the long term. So I hope that these tips have been very valuable for you. If you guys want more strategies in online marketing, make sure that you join my newsletter at destreamoniz.com, and I'll catch you guys in another video.